In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to choose the most profitable niche for your digital marketing agency in 2021. And make sure you stay to the end because I'll be going through the top 5 best niches that you could target for your agency this year. So let's get right into it. So step number 1 when it comes to picking your perfect niche for your SMMA in 2021 is using your unfair advantage. Your unfair advantage is looking at what sets you apart from everyone else who's trying to do the same thing. For example, if you're passionate about sports cars and are keeping up to date with all the new models and the new technology, you will be able to connect with them business owners on a level that no one else will. You'll be able to talk their language and that will make them trust you so much more. But let's say you don't have a passion or a hobby you can go after. Maybe your unfair advantage is within the people that you know. Maybe you have an uncle that's a dentist, or a cousin that's a chiropractor, or a friend that owns restaurants. You can use that as your unfair advantage because you have someone within that industry that you can go to, either to learn from or to connect you with other business owners that you could potentially target and get them as clients. Step number 2 is looking at the competition within the niche. One of the most common things you hear people trying to start an SMMA saying is that, oh, my niche is too saturated, there's too many people trying to do the same thing. And while that can be a problem because business owners are probably receiving messages every day from people trying to sell them their services, you should see that as an opportunity for you to set yourself apart, because if you've got your unfair advantage and a unique outreach strategy, you're going to stand out from the crowd and grab their attention. And on the topic of competition, one thing you want to look out for is, are there other agency owners that are successful in this niche? Can you pick out 2 or 3 people who are hitting 6-7 figures every year in their agency within that niche? Because if there is, that's actually a good thing, because it shows you can get results for that industry. And all the people who have big agencies within that niche, they're people you can model yourself off and seek inspiration from, even reach out to them for help. So it's good to have someone who's done what you're trying to do that you can learn from. When it comes to picking your niche, size really does matter. If the number of businesses within your niche is too small, then it quite possibly is oversaturated. Even if it's not oversaturated, you'll quickly run out of leads to reach out to, and you'll soon just be contacting the same people over and over again. Take, for example, plastic surgery. On the surface, they look like a great niche because it's a high ticket item and it's a service that's in very high demand across the world. But when we Google how many plastic surgeons are in the US, you can see there's only 2,600. That means if you pick that as your niche, within a couple of months you'll have exhausted all of your potential leads and won't have anywhere to grow. On the other hand, if you search for how many chiropractors in the US, you can see there's over 70,000 of them, and that has its positives and its negatives. The positives are obviously there's a lot of leads out there and a lot of potential business that you can aim for, but the downside is because it's such a big industry, there will be a lot of competitors, but like I said earlier, that's not always a bad thing. So when it comes to the size of your niche, I'd say do your research, just use Google to take a look, and I'd say aim for a minimum of 15,000 businesses within that niche. That way you've got enough room for longevity and enough businesses to build a successful agency. The final point to consider when picking your niche is, are the owners contactable? Say for example you're targeting lawyers or dentists. It's very rare if you ring the number on the website or send them an email that you'll get straight through to the business owner. That's because they're usually busy actually doing the work, so they hire receptionists and other staff to deal with that type of thing. On the other hand, if you were to contact roofers or building contractors and rang the number on the website, you're more than likely to get through to the owner because they usually carry a mobile, and it's usually a smaller business where they deal with customers directly. So it's important to think about what type of outreach methods you're going to be using and if that's going to be effective in getting in touch with the owners of these niches. So time for the top 5 niches that I think you should be targeting in 2020 to grow a successful digital marketing agency. Before I get into them, if you found anything in this video useful, I'd appreciate it if you give me a like. Now you've got to go easy on me, it is my first video, so I know it's not the best quality, but hopefully they'll get better with time and you'll still get value from them. So please subscribe if you do want more content like this on growing a successful digital marketing agency. So if you listen to everything I've said in this video so far, you won't be surprised to know that the first niche that I suggest is one that you pick yourself. Only you know your passions, you know your unfair advantages, and you know the type of niches that you want to work with and that you'll enjoy working with. So I strongly suggest that you take all the points that we've talked about and apply them to your situation and find out what niche will be perfect for you. But after all that, if you are still struggling struggling and you're looking for some ideas, here are some more niches that you could be targeting in 2021. Now, I know real estate is one of the industries that's talked about a lot, but I believe in 2021 it's going to be a massive market, and there's going to be a lot of people within the real estate niche that are going to be desperate for digital marketing services. Obviously, over the last year, the world's gone crazy, the economy's gone crazy, but right now, especially here in the UK, the housing market is on a rise and it's rising rapidly. So there's going to be a high demand for people in the real estate niche. There are a lot of people who have money saved up that are looking for more secure investments, and they're looking to real estate to provide that. There's also a lot of people that are looking to sell houses, maybe downsize, so you can get a bit of equity out of the property and have a bit of a security blanket. And then also people that are just looking to rent. There's always people to rent, and especially now with the way things have changed in the workplace, a lot of people are working from home and realising that they don't have to pay premiums to live in the middle of big cities, and a lot of people are moving out to surrounding areas. So now is a perfect time to get in with the real estate niche. Mortgage brokers goes hand in hand with the real estate niche. As there's a lot of activity in the real estate market, people are going to need mortgages. So now's a perfect time to reach out to mortgage brokers to offer your services. They've been in such high demand over the last year and will continue to be as interest rates have been dropping. People are looking to remortgage to get a better offer and to pay less per month. So now could be a perfect opportunity to build your agency to 6 figures or above working with mortgage brokers. This one is one that I've not heard anyone else talk about, mention or recommend, so it could be a really lucrative one to go for, and that is counselling and therapy services. Now, if you're like me and you like listening to podcasts or watching videos on YouTube, there's no doubt that you would have seen adverts and product placements for things like BetterHelp and Talkspace and other online counselling and therapy services. With everything that's gone on in the world, there's a lot of people that are maybe feeling depressed, anxious, uncertain about the future. And these type of services are really booming at the moment because unfortunately a lot of people are in a space where they do need them services, so it could be an opportunity to grow. Obviously the bigger names like BetterHelp and Talkspace have already made that transition, but there's a lot of counsellors and therapists out there that are struggling because they can't see people face to face and they're not sure how to make that transition to online services. So you could be that link between them and their customers, helping them transition to the online world. Hi guys, I'm just editing this video and realised the camera cut off just as I was about to finish with the outro. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. If anyone's watching this long, I really appreciate it. And guys, you gotta be easy on me. This is my first video, so as time goes on, hopefully the production quality will get better. But my aim is just to provide value at the moment and hopefully give you some tips and advice that you may not have known about, and hopefully someone finds this useful. If you want to follow my journey and see any new videos on digital marketing, entrepreneurship and personal finance, I'm going to be uploading twice a week, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll respond to everyone. Thanks again guys, and I'll see you in the next one.